Hi there, and welcome back to Wendy's Way. This is a place where I share about three of my passions: faith, food, and fiber. And I've also been sharing lately about my new walk as a widow and my journey through cancer. And hey, I'm still smiling, I'm still laughing. The Lord is still in control, and He is so good. All right. Faith. I am so blessed. That's the word I'm using a lot right now, isn't it? So much. I am blessed. I am blessed by my family. I am blessed by my church family. Living independently now, I had gotten used to it. I had acclimated after the death of my husband. He's been gone, it's almost exactly a year. It was September 28th, 2019. And today I think is the 23rd of September. So we're getting there. I think today is the 12th anniversary of when he and I were baptized together in the Cedar River. So that's a big day too. Anyway, I am reacclimating. You know, my son was able to come home from college and study online this spring and stay with me during the summer. And in August, the campus opened up again. He's attending Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville, Kentucky. So since campus is open and he's an international student, he needed to be on campus because he's required to work, and that's part of his financial aid package, that he works while he's there and pays for room and board and things like that. So then my sister came and spent a few weeks with me this fall. He went back to school and she was here about a day and a half, and she spent 3 weeks with me, and it was awesome. It was absolutely stinking awesome. My sister and I have not spent that much time, you know, together face to face 24/7 since we were in mom and dad's house. And she was just about 18 when she was 17 when she moved. So it's been a good long time. Anyhow, that was incredible. And then she went home and I found myself independent living again. And after my husband's death, when I was still very physically capable of accomplishing anything that I wanted to do, it seemed easier to get comfortable with independent living. But being sick and or needing more help to accomplish simple things that I should be able to do independently made it much more difficult to live alone. Not having somebody here that you can tell how you're feeling. Just, you know, somebody, you can call people, you can text people, you can invite people over, but it's different than having somebody living with you that you can share anything and everything with every day. So the first week or so after she went home, it was tough. It was really tough. And, you know, I cried a lot. I still cry a lot. But, you know, there are a lot of reasons for it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just let the emotions flow. Okay. Food. We talked about faith. We talked about food. My garden is finished, and it's been finished for some time. The issue was that when my garden needed tending, and the tomatoes needed pruned, and the beans needed guided, and all those things, I was in the hospital having surgery, and, you know, coming home, and my son was here to help me and take care of me. And all I asked of him was to make sure that the garden was watered, because I grow a bucket garden. It's not like he needed a weed, but he kept it watered. And then after he went back to school, and even before he went back, people from my church, you know, how can we help you? Well, I invited them over to harvest the garden. And they came time after time after time. And because of some eating limitations I have now and things like that, and because of food that I still have in my pantry from last year, because it was my husband's favorite but not mine, something to that nature, you know, I wasn't going to consume even what my garden produced. Even though it was less than it could have, I still couldn't and wouldn't consume it, even if I preserved it. So these beautiful friends of mine would come and harvest my garden and take it to church, and, you know, leave fresh vegetables and some berries there for my church family. And that was cool. They got to experience some interesting things they'd never had before. You know, those purple potted pole beans, they turn green when you cook them. But to, you know, a 6-year-old girl, it's a magic bean. It was a cool thing. So, you know, that's where I am food-wise. I have to eat. I'm supposed to eat at least 5 to 6 times a day. Small portions. And nutritionally dense food. Not always so great on the nutritionally dense. You know, I've been keeping up on my electrolytes and things like that because I was dehydrated for a while. But even when I overeat, even when I eat a lot of sugar, you know, I dropped from like 264 down to 218. And then I'll go in for a chemo treatment and I'll put on 5 pounds. Within a week, it'll be gone. But I've been sitting 218, 220 now for a few weeks in a row. And that's an okay place to be. I think if I continued to lose more weight as dramatically as I did, it wouldn't be healthy for me. So everything's going really well that way too. I do have a few ground cherries and huckleberries out there yet, but they're not long for the world. We'll get them taken care of soon. And that'll be the end of the garden. So that's faith and food. Fiber. Oh my goodness. You can see I'm standing in front of my my collection. And let's see. Yeah, you know, it goes up to there and over to there. There are some unfinished projects in there. You know, it's a bookshelf on the bottom and a table on the other. But I'm going to show you a couple things I've been working on and my excuses for getting more yarn. Okay, I've probably shown you this once or twice, at least. The Alpaca Active. I know I've shown you the colors and everything, and I think I showed you the shirt that I was working on. And it's been a long time coming, and I'm still only about 3/4 done. But I have done both of the shoulder panels and the center back. And the center of the back, you'll see, has this bulge in it. I intended this to be the front panel, and I put an increase in the middle there. I'm going to block it so it lays flat. I put an increase so that it would, you know, give a little more of an A-line around the waist. I made the center panel too long to be front panel. So that's where it's at right now. So it's the back panel. These 2 side panels will be sewn together. Like I say, the back is already sewn in, but the 2 side panels will be sewn together. And then I think what I'm going to do with the yarn, I'm going to measure once it's sewn together, just exactly how much space I need to cover the front to the level that I want it. And then I might make a couple of mosaic squares, you know, like the mosaic granny squares, where you go round and round and you use a tall front post stitch to make it spider out like a flower. Oh, I think that would be gorgeous, especially because this yarn is incredible. I mean, it's light, it's soft. Ha, can't wait to wear that when I'm done. And there's one other I'm working on. I'll be right back. And I'll show you the pattern first because it was a purchased pattern. And it's captioned Lion Brand Yarns, the Sweet Pea Top. Rachel Misner? Trubu Mushroom Advanced Beginner. I know it's a black and white picture, but that's the name, that's the artist, and I am doing it in Ice Yarns. Surprise, surprise. Been using a lot of hobby yarns lately too. Ice Yarns Rainbow. It's 100% premium acrylic, and it's beautiful yarn to work with. It's heavier. It looks to be the same density as the Alpaca Active, but it's not. Excuse me. The Alpaca Active is a 2, and the Rainbow is a 3. So it's a little heavier, but it's a shiny, beautiful color change yarn. And the front panel, see, it's just a simple little t-shirt thing. The front panel is done. And, you know, I never crochet a swatch, but this one you started at the bottom and started crocheting up. And she gave the pattern from small all the way to 5X. It's such a simple pattern too. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Anyhow, I'm doing the 4X version. You know, I probably wouldn't need it at this point, but I crochet tightly, and I'm using a 5mm hook on a size 3 DK yarn. And so, you know, it's just going to be a simple front, and then the back will just have a higher collar on it, and you sew the sides together. Haven't decided yet whether I'm going to put a border around it or not. Depends how it looks after I get it sewn together. So I've got the front panel done, and the back panel. Yep, I'm that far. I think I'm on about my 35th row, and I have to go 47 rows before I start making the shoulders. So that is really a super simple pattern, and it's going to be a little heavier than the other sweater because it's size 3 yarn, but still I think it's an easy fall because it's going to be short sleeved. You know, it looks like a t-shirt. You know, just put a cami or a tank under it probably because it's kind of see-through. But so yeah, that one is Ice Yarns Rainbow, 100% premium acrylic. That one is 100 grams per skein, 240 meters, which is going to put you at like 275 yards per skein, and 4 in a bag. Very affordable. Okay, along with those two, and a bunch of other projects that I've got going that you just don't need to see right now, I had to order more of this because I was trying to make that shirt in a 4X with just 1 bag of yarn. And you know, I'm going to get it done with 5 skeins and have some left over. I'm pretty sure I'll get it done with 5 skeins and be able to put a border on it if I wanted to, or make it longer around the bottom with just 5 skeins. But I ordered 2 more bags of this so that I would have enough for an entire another project after I stole 1 skein out of this bag. Alrighty. And you can't just order one thing when you're ordering from Ice Yarns because they're in Turkey and the yarn is very, very affordable, but the shipping rates are really high. Even though if you look at the yarn price and the shipping price together, and you divide that out by the number of skeins that you're ordering and the number of yards you get, it's still more affordable than shopping at the store. And you get an immense variety of different fibers and colors, and just amazing. So there's a new one I really haven't figured out what on earth I'm going to do with it yet. But, you know, it was just unique enough that when I'm ordering yarn, I might as well get something really outstanding and crazy. This is hand-painted cotton. It's mercerized cotton, and it's almost like, I don't know if you can see the iridescence of it. I got 2 different colors, 2 bags each, so that I could make sure and make something substantial. And the colors are really close together. It's like one of them, yeah, I don't even remember what they called the colors. Where's that sticker that ought to be here? Hand-painted cotton. Anyway, one of them is a little closer to salmon or coral, and the other one is more of a dusty pink. But, scope this out, let's see. Oh, you always want to know. 100 grams, 280 meters. There's like 300 yards of this in this one little bitty ball. And it almost looks like plastic, you know? You know, it doesn't feel like yarn. It's not fuzzy. It's not super soft, but it's not hard and coarse like a raffia or a paper yarn. You know, it's very flexible, and, you know, it'll take a small hook, I'm sure. Even if you want a lacy fashion, it'll take a small hook. But, wow. Yeah, the sticker is like half printed. So, anyway, this is crazy stuff, y'all. Hand-painted cotton. Iridescent, shiny, flexible. You know, I mean, you could make really cool decor or bags. I'm thinking of even, you know, like this I bought at my local thrift store just because the color, holy cow. I'm all about coral and salmon anymore. Seems to be my favorite. You can see a whole bunch of it up here. But swimsuit cover-up or placemats. I mean, you know, in a different color, most likely. Most people's dining rooms aren't iridescent pink. But that is a really cool thing. And, oh, just some more really good high quality acrylic yarn, because I love the color of it. And it's kind of got a twisty thing. It's called Whey You. Whey You. I haven't even opened the bag yet. Tell you about Whey You. Oh wow, that's got an interesting finish to it. It's like a spirally wrapped yarn. You know, not fuzzy, but smooth, kind of like an anti-pill thing. They call it 100% premium acrylic. 100 grams, 350 meters. That's like 375 yards. And I mean, seriously, look at the size. I have big hands. Yes, I do. But 350 meters on 100 grams because it is a size 2. And again, I'm loving, loving, loving these lightweight yarns, because when I'm crocheting something that I want to wear, you know, if I were a size 2, or even a size 10 for that matter, I could crochet something in a bulky yarn and it would be comfortable on me and I would think it would look good. But when you're a size 22, crocheting something bulky and putting it on, it's not only terribly uncomfortable because I'm always overheating, but it just looks like a marshmallow, a stuffy, nasty. So I like the skinny yarns because of their thinness I really like that twisted thing. And because of their weight, because it will drape and it will look not, hopefully not like a desperately obvious hand crocheted item. You know, something like this, yeah, it'll probably look hand crocheted, but still the yarn is so outstanding and so thin that, you know, I hate to say this because I'm probably gonna make some grandmas mad out there, but it doesn't look like your grandma's Christmas sweater. You know, it looks like a higher fashion item when you use gorgeous yarns like this. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't even remember what they called that either, but I'm pretty sure it's fuchsia. Something along that line. All right. They had some of my Cakes Cotton Fine on sale too. So this has brown and tan and pink and coral. That's me. And this one has turquoise and yellow and gray, and that's a really bright light above me. And this one's interesting. There's actually some teal in the middle that you can't see on the outside. But there's fuchsia and gray and purple. And like I say, on the inside, there's teal. And this is a very, very fine yarn. It's kind of like 2 or 3 strands of thread run together that, you know, you crochet, and it will make, you know, a really nice lacy shawl, garment, cardigan, sweater. Show me. There's a knot. We not be happy about knots. At least I see it going in. Anyhow, yeah. It's like thread. But isn't that beautiful? Oh, and it's so affordable. So affordable. Let's see. I don't think I have any more ice over here. I think that was all the ice I ordered. But Hobby, Hobbii. I've been ordering from them just as often, if not more often, than from Ice. Excuse me. Told you I have a colostomy, right? It happens. A lot of the things you see up here are hobby yarns. They make really nice, soft acrylics, and they're desperately affordable, and primarily in solid colors, wide variety. So I have tons of their acrylic up here and a bunch of their cotton. Like over here, this pink and green you see, those are great big cones of, you know, thin cotton. I could make a tablecloth in pink if I wanted to out of one of those. But this time they had on sale great big skeins of acrylic yarn. And it is so super soft. And it's a color change, you know, like you get in so many different types of yarns now. But I couldn't believe when I got it just how incredibly soft they have been able to make acrylic yarn now. Because, you know, I used to live on Red Heart only. And let's face it, a lot of Red Heart yarn, unless you wash it, is really kind of rough and hard and scratchy, and it feels like what it is. It's made from petroleum. You know, it's not a natural fiber. It's imitation wool. So they had these on sale, and it's 100% acrylic. It's a size 5, which, well, it says it is, but it looks like a 4. I typically don't go for the full-size yarns anymore. I like the light ones so much, but these would make awesome ponchos or blankets or whatever. I don't think it's a 5. I think it's a 4. Anyway, it's ultra soft. And 200 grams, 600 meters. You know, like 800 yards, I'm guessing, somewhere in there, maybe 750 on one skein. And so I think I only got one of those. Uh-oh. My camera's getting ready to die. I got black. I got gray and white. I got black and gold. I got maroon and white. And I got blue, blue, and blue. All right. Well, I'm going to have to cut it short for now and get my phone on the charger. That's probably about as much as you wanted to hear. As you can see, I'm not, I'm not sick. A few days after each treatment, after I get the Neulasta infusion, yeah, I feel like junk. Really tired, really achy. For 3 days after Neulasta. And then I'm okay. I'm tired, sure. I'm a little weak. Big deal. My fingers and toes are a wee bit numb. My taste buds are a little off. Who cares? If that is all the side effects that I have for cancer, and I've had 4 out of 6 treatments already done, praise the Lord for answering all those prayers. All right, I better go before my camera dies. May the good Lord, who blesses me each and every day of my life, bless you as well, today and always. Amen.